Wow, never heard that,
Never?
dog. Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Do things you love yourself, love the people around you. Be good, be great. Let's go. It came from a need of me wanting to learn and be a part of the community that's out here of these respective things, you know? So the best way to do that is to start your own community, you know what I'm saying? Start a platform where people could come and learn with you.
Sliding in the studio, my album coming soon. Until we get this rap money, trap gon' have to boom.
Real dirty shit, because that's how we started here with my dirty today
Yeah,
in the building. We on air with Airs, the Heir Cast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have a super special guest, a community, I said leader, but the truth is he's more than that. He's a community curator. He's a founding father for multiple movements. My boy JAKX in the building, Dirty5ive legend. What it do, JAKX?
Yo, we out here.
JAKX, bro, let's jump straight into the serious questions because the people, the streets, the Dirty5ive want to know. Did you ever play Jax and Daxter growing up?
Yo, you know what? Jak and Daxter? No. I think if you know how Taco Bell used to do, like, they used to have like demo games.
Yes,
back
in the actual store, in the actual restaurant, you mean? Like
they would give you like a CD
discs
demo, like
with
of
the
a game.
So like a Happy Meal would give you a toy. They had a Happy Meal that gave you a disc to
Like a
bump at the
PlayStation.
game. Yeah, yes.
Like a PlayStation disc.
Wow.
And I think one of those was Jak and Daxter, if I'm not mistaken, and I think that's the only time I played it.
Your only
Or I
context
just
of
had a trial one time.
Your only
But I never
context.
had the game like that.
Your only context of it.
Yeah.
That
But it's
is-
cool you mentioned that, because at one point I was like, when I came up with the first JAKX logo, it was the Jak and Daxter logo.
It's actually that.
know what I
I've
mean?
been wanting to ask you that question, but then I was watching a couple videos
Yeah.
before the pod, and I saw you use it in one of your earlier ones, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe he did play it. So I was like, oh, this is a perfect question. So
Yeah.
never actually played it. Maybe just a trial, maybe just a demo, like on the Taco Bell. Shout out Taco Bell if you're
Yeah.
listening, and we know you are.
Yeah, Taco Bell had the GOAT what do you call it? Toys?
Yeah,
The
toys are
GOAT
raw.
toys
Toys
for
are
their
raw, and then
shit.
also remember, like, video games used to have like video game stations like in the actual McDonald's and stuff. That was pretty dope and sick too. I remember like we would do field trips and shit, or sometimes you'd just be bumping like in after school type shit, you know, like little kids.
I was never a big McDonald's fan growing up. I was purely Burger King. It was my shit.
Flame broiled. Did you ever do?
They had the dinosaur chicken nuggets, bro. What?
Wow, that is throwback. Do you remember when BK did the seasoned fries? They let you have you'd get fries and they gave you multiple seasonings and you could put them in a bag and season them yourself. That came out when I was a jit. No, that's a real deep cut. BK's had some legendary shit. There's a cheat code that BK does that I learned from somebody, one of my dad's people, where if you specifically ask them, hey, can you flame broil the burger? It's like they'll take an extra 10 minutes to make the burger like well
Isn't
done.
it always flame broiled?
You would think so, but they half-ass it. They just kind of do the grill and I guess they just flame it. They don't broil it. You know?
Shit.
Yeah, there's a cheat
It's
code.
flamer broiled instead.
It's off the broiler. It's to get it right off of the.
Oh, off the broiler.
Not the ones that are sitting there.
Okay, so that's the key.
you know
The cheat code is I want one right off the broiler, not one that's already sitting, kind of hanging out like a rotisserie chicken. Yeah, so, and BK's all about having it your way. So BK, if you're listening, and we know you are, keep it up.
I need it my way.
Yeah, but you should just always do it off the broiler. Like, it should be, you guys will definitely beat McDonald's. You'll have something over McDonald's if you do that. But I think McDonald's is the GOAT, though, Doug, because McDonald's.
I like McDonald's now as an adult. I never fucked with it as a kid. But now, oh man.
Yeah, it's
I don't
crazy.
know why.
It's something for everybody. It's even if you don't eat it,
You know what I
the
mean?
coffees are bumping, desserts are bumping. I had a couple years I wasn't even eating McDonald's.
The breakfast, dog, the biscuit.
You could even do biscuit. They
The
just brought back
fucking
the steak
bacon,
and
egg, and cheese
bagel.
biscuit is my shit. Dog.
My
That
dad
shit's
loves the steak
fantastic.
and bagel. Shout out my dad. He's right in front of us. But for y'all watching and
It
listening,
gives you the shits. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
but-
of course, yeah. All crappy food does. All crappy food. All crappy food. Ironically, makes you crap.
It gives you the shits, but it is the shits. you
My
know?
dad says he
maybe
doesn't
that's
even-
why it's the shits,
It's the shit.
because it gives you the shits.
It's some dirty shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious,
But
man.
yo,
So-
what's the name of this podcast? ADD?
It's kind of, yeah, it's ADD. It has a couple different names right now, but yeah, ADD / the Heir Cast / on air with air. So yeah, dog. So Miami Veteran, y'all go listen and go check out his newest record, Miami Veteran, coming up off the newest project.
Yes,
Is there
sir.
a name for the latest project, the upcoming project?
No
No title right now as of this moment.
name.
Okay.
Shouts to No Name.
Shout out to everybody with no name out there.
No, shouts to No Name, the artist.
Oh, just an artist, no name.
Yeah.
No name, right here.
Fire.
Drop him right there. Dope. He's from out here?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. But you're
I don't
from
even
out
know
here.
if it's a he.
Oh, it's like an AI? What's going
Nah,
on?
I just don't know much about the artist. I've just heard him mentioned.
It's like
I don't
this.
know.
It's like the Silver
shout out.
Surfer.
You heard of No Bats?
No
You mean
bats.
Four Bats?
Oh no, Four Bats.
Yeah, Four Bats is ill.
No Bats is his cousin. It's Four Bats, No Bats. They have a sister named One Bats, but I don't think she does music.
Yo, speaking of bats, you look like Ace Ventura. You remember that bat scene
In one or two? I like two better.
where
than
nature
one.
calls?
That's one. That's two, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a better one. Okay, the
The
bats. What happens
fucking
to the bats?
guano, the guano scene when he runs out of the cave and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got that. Shout out Jim Carrey if you're listening. We know you are. This is the GOAT.
Yo, you gonna tell me he doesn't look like fucking Ace Ventura a little bit?
Chico Ace, I'll get that. I've got that before. I've got the Chico Ace. Somebody
Ace.
tried me one time. I have a picture on Twitter with Sam Morril, the comedian, and we're at a Heat game, and I caught him and whatever, and we took the picture. And one of his fans tried me, and goes, "Is that Willem Dafoe?" Nobody ever told me that in my life, and I was like, "Motherfuckers, I'm the Green Goblin."
Yo,
Chico Green Goblin.
shouts to William Dafoe, yo.
Yeah, so dog.
I saw this weird ass film from him once that he was just like, it was weird as shit. It was just his face and like weird music, background music and shit.
Recent? It's a
weird.
newer cut or an older one?
I don't even know what year. I don't remember what I did yesterday. I'll be baked, but shout out to Baked Pliskin.
Shout out Big
By the
Pliskin,
way.
he's killing it. I haven't actually.
Yo, we got the Gator Pit album coming soon, fully produced by Baked Pliskin. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. And,
Arranged by me and Dirty5ive and Pliskin.
and what's the
You know what I
process
mean?
with that? You're doing with artists like the regulars of the Cyphers? Is that of the Gator Pit?
Basically, yeah, the Gator Pit. So the Cypher's called Second Ave Cypher.
Right.
When it's at the Second Ave. If it's not there, it's called the Straight Bar Cypher, which was birthed from the Straight Bars Instagram cipher that I had going on for years.
Word. Yes.
You know what I mean? But the Gator Pit is what formed out of the Second Ave Cypher, which is like the hungriest guys at the Cypher. So the hungriest rappers are like the Gators, you know what I'm saying? Jumping in for
The
like-
regulars, yeah.
for
The,
like,
the,
you know what I'm saying?
The usual
like
suspects.
think of like a fire beat as like if it was like un pedazo de carne and shit into a Gator Pit, you know? Like just like everybody would
They're all
go and attack
attacking it like piranhas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like fucking,
It got to a point where we had to have a timekeeper and shit, and now it's like we'll do a minute a piece
structure.
or 30 seconds
More
a
structure.
piece.
Naturally, you want to
Yeah.
give everybody a chance to shine, and that's genius that you just saw. This is gonna be better if we actually give everybody time.
Well, it
It's
wasn't
like,
my idea
time.
actually, to be honest. At first, I was kind of against it because I kind of like the
Everybody going
hungry
off.
nature of when someone's kind of falling off a little bit and someone
Untamed.
else comes in
Untamed.
and pops in or
Oh,
jumps
yeah.
in right off of that rhyme and picks it up.
Yeah, because you,
You know,
can't
I
always
like
get the
that.
45. Sometimes you get a really hot 20 seconds. Sometimes you get a hot minute.
Yeah.
I get you. Sometimes you like the flexibility of that.
Biggest thing in a cipher is knowing when to stop, dog. I think even if you have a minute, dog. If you're bombing, just
know when
pass
to
it.
end. But even when
You know,
you're
hit
killing it,
your boy next to you with the assist. You know
even
what I'm
when you're killing it, even when you're killing it.
no, even when you're killing
even
it
when
too,
you're killing,
for
you have
sure.
to know when to end. The best
Yeah.
movies, even the worst movies. Like think
Yeah.
about it. Certain movies you don't appreciate if it's not for the ending. Scarface, everybody remembers the ending. You remember a lot of it, but that ending gets you. There's certain movies
What
that
was the
just,
ending?
He gets murked. Scarface.
Oh yeah, he gets murked.
Yeah. you
I
know,
don't think about the ending when I think of that
What,
movie.
really?
I don't know why.
No, you think about a lot of things, but I feel like the ending is what gets you because it's like, oh man, he's gone, or damn, could he survived? Or like,
in the back, and then he falls into the water.
I always
Says
Yeah.
Where it says the world is yours.
yeah. I always think
So-
of that scene where he goes Revenga.
Oh, I love
That's always the scene that pops in my head.
yeah. So Doug, Miami.
Yo,
Veteran.
yeah, my bad. We were
No,
talking
you're
about
good. You're
Miami
good. You're
Veteran.
good. So the project, you're doing the Gator Pit after the solo project, or what's the timeline?
So
You
man,
have
I'm
it?
working on so many projects. It just sucks. I hate to say it because
That's a
it's
beautiful
like,
thing.
it's too many things going on at once, and not being able to focus on one thing is like one of my biggest problems. But
One of the projects is the ADD project, right?
might as well be.
That's
yeah.
a callback to earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
no timeline, but you have the solo project almost done. We were talking a little bit before we went on air. You were just working on the actual
Yeah,
order
nah,
of
so-
the project. What goes into the idea of the order of the project? When you listen to an album, not just this one you're working on right now, the No Name project, but albums in general. What do you think makes an album? Do you want to start high? Do you want to like is an intro a big thing? Like certain albums have like skits as intros. I love a good record as an intro. I love a great record as an intro that almost acts like a skit, but you don't even need the skit because it's just a powerful record.
Yo, best intro
Of all time. Give me right now.
best
Your favorite.
intro, best artist intros that are straight songs. Ludacris. Go back and listen.
Give me one.
Go back and listen. Every intro of every
He's a
one of
beast.
those albums that he dropped, the first few ones, I don't know. I think all of them, dog. They all have tremendo intro, dog.
Yeah.
Of him just
Straight bars.
Dog.
Straight bars. Shout out Luda.
underrated as shit.
Family too.
Yeah.
Shout out family.
I think it just depends on the project, dog. You do what you feel, do what it calls for. Sometimes the production, the beat style, the vibes call for an intro. Maybe there's just a track that sets you right into a mood and into an environment right off the bat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's about when it's in a project, right? So we're in the context of a project, the intro should, like a book, kind of put you in a setting first, right?
It's a hook. It's the hook. The beginning. So I was just talking about the ending of a movie. The beginning of a movie is also just as powerful. One of my favorite, not just superhero movies of all time, but movies in general.
But it's
Christopher
crazy.
Nolan's The Dark Knight. That
Yeah.
first scene with the bank robbery and the Joker, and everybody gets consistently kills the next robber, and they just stay backstabbing each other. It's like one guy backstabs the next guy, the next guy, the next guy, and at the end it's the Joker backstabbing him all. He's like, yeah, Joker. But it's the beginning's really powerful, and it just hooks you, man. Like
But you could do the end at the beginning as well, because you could Tarantino that bitch.
Holy crap! Hold on,
And
break that
an
down. You
intro
could do
can
the end
be
at the
an
beginning?
outro in the intro respective outer verse.
Into the outerverse. That's
Know what I'm
another
saying?
project we got coming soon. Into the outerverse. So Miami Veteran, for sure, that's on the project, right? Is that the only record you got out publicly right now that's gonna be on the project? That's gonna live on this project?
So like I said, I got many projects I'm working on. Gator Pit with all the people from the Second Ave Cypher, produced by Bake Pliskin.
Okay.
Then I'm working on the sequel to You Don't Know Jack, which
Yeah.
is my first album. It's called Still Don't Know Jack.
Still don't know Jax?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like the album, but I also have an EP that went with the Be Right Back record. Be Right Back, I'm working
Yeah.
on myself right now.
Of course.
That record is part of like a small tape as well, like an EP. But then doing all this stuff, recording and doing it, mixing all these things on my own, creating all these projects. I basically kept starting a bunch of different shit, and I wanted to get back onto like the mixtape shit, which is what I fell in love with hip hop from, like the Wheezies.
You mentioned that.
Joe
You said
Buttons,
this is more of a back to the basics type of feeling for you. You say in Miami Veteran, you have this bar. This is my third run, like the Carter.
yeah.
Shout out Wayne. But like this is like, you think the Carter 3 is his hardest Carter, by the way? What's his, of the 4 or 5 Carters? Do you have a favorite?
You know, I really like 4.
You like 4. 4 is
But
it's dope.
4 is dope as shit, but I like
I think 2's mine. Looking back on them now, I think I go back to the records on 2 more. 3 too. 3's just 3's crazy.
it'd have to be 3 for me, dog. Just the impact of that album. You know what I mean? But maybe the records themselves, I don't know. I also like Carter 5 a lot.
I love that. Yeah, well, Wayne's one of the goats. I think
Yeah.
Wayne is, to me, like he's. You can't tell the story of hip hop without mentioning Lil Wayne. Like he's one of those figures to me.
But a lot of people consider the third one his like best album or whatever. So
I don't
That-
care about a lot of people. I care about my dog Jax in the building.
yeah, I mean, I like his mixtape era a lot more than his albums. I think
That's
it's
that's
two completely different Waynes.
mixtape Wayne is
Mixtape Wayne and album Wayne are completely different.
It's like a playoff Rondo and regular season Rondo. I don't know if you fuck with basketball, but Rajon Rondo, he kind of takes it easy in the regular season, and then he goes crazy in the playoffs when he was playing. LeBron, he used to play with a headband. They'd be like, "Oh, headband Braun is back. Oh, headband Braun's going off." You know. Other players like, "Oh, they take out the jersey from untucked Kyrie is another thing." So playoff hoodie mellow when he always comes out with the thing. We
Yeah.
got a third run Jack right now. On his third run, he says, "Back to the basics." So
I don't even know if it's my third run or not. But
it's not like, I think it's all one long run. I think it's life is just
Yeah.
one long run. You feel me? And we have different
that
episodes.
line just sounded good in my head. So
It's a bar. It's a bar. It's a bar.
So yeah, with this project, Miami Veteran all spawned from my boy Agony. He was like shouting out people on his Instagram in the community, and I was like, kind of like, yo, in my head, like when I saw it, I was like, dang, he didn't mention me, you know? And I felt a little butthurt a little bit, but then I was like, nah, you know, whatever. Maybe I just got to work harder so people don't forget. You know what I mean?
It's my
Like
fault. It's
Yeah,
you
yeah.
take self accountability. And you're like,
I was like,
it's
damn.
my fault for not being as relevant. I have to force people to mention me, and I look at it like that all the time. It's
Yeah.
not their fault. It's my
You
fault
gotta
for not
be,
going
you gotta
as
be
hard.
undeniable, dog. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Undeniable.
be straight up
Undeniable.
undeniable, dog. You gotta work
powerful.
so hard where your name has to be mentioned when this conversation comes up. You know what I'm saying? So I took that energy, and I literally wrote Miami Veteran right after fucking, you know. And shouts to H, he was like, yo, shouts to the Dirty5ive Cypher and all that. And I was like,
Very
yo,
important.
and I was like, yo, it's
Very
all good.
important.
I'm used to not being mentioned. I just gotta work harder to make sure it's undeniable. You feel me?
But it's a beautiful moment, I think, and not just for yourself, but like in general for all people that not just make art, but just in general. Like, it's a beautiful story because you've spent the last couple of years, like you were telling me before, making the dirty lens community, right? MIA shooters, right?
MIA shooters, yeah.
Yeah. So can you explain for those listening that aren't aware? Do you give a little bit of a premise to that? What exactly that was that you were doing for people that?
Yeah. Well, before I get to that, let me just say Agony just forgot. You know what I mean? Like, shouts to him. He was like...
He didn't. Yeah,
he didn't mean
mention
to
'cause
not
you weren't
mention me or
working as
whatever.
hard. Yeah, and then
Yeah. He
and at
told
the end
me,
of the day, shout out to him because
Yeah.
that motivated you to go harder, which is beautiful. And I love how in the beginning of that
Exactly.
record, you have a whole like 4 or 5 back-to-back bars.
I'm in agony, stuck in this hall of mirrors. Ain't nothing changed except everything. I'm feeling clearer. Put a shotty to your face, you ain't gon' shoot it out. These are random acts of violence. Hope you believe them now. Yeah, Miami veteran. Even if I don't put music out, I'm still a decade in. Half of y'all don't believe in God, still said amen. We gon' take them to church. Emoji prayer hands.
Where you mentioned Shadi, you mentioned Agony. And
oh,
then you
yeah,
got
that was a
somebody else.
play on, like, all the new albums that had just
And
dropped.
their album names. That's so
Yeah.
genius. And it's like, that's powerful that you're not just shouting them out in real life with all these events and giving everybody platforms to shine. You're putting them on the records, dude. That's
Yeah.
Off, the bars are raw too, but just the idea behind that, that's powerful, dog. So,
Yeah,
and that
it's
just
on
goes
some
hand in
freestyle
hand
shit, you know, just
with the MIA shooters
not
thing,
thinking a lot.
which you just kind of gave everybody opportunities. You were doing like public events with the MIA shooters. That's kind of what it was. That's just to give
So
everybody. a quick
both
gist of it.
communities stemmed from the same thing. It came from a need of me wanting to learn and be a part of the community that's out here of these respective things, you know. So the best way to do that is to start your own community. You know what I'm saying? Start a platform where people could come and learn with you. You know what I'm saying? Chances are there's somebody out there that's in the same position you are, type shit. You know what I mean? So there's always a space for a platform like that to, you know, to have its place in the community and shit.
Facts.
So that's really all it was, man. Just trying to create opportunities, you know what I mean, where everybody could come together, learn, collaborate, and grow and network.
And you did the photography community, like those events before, like we were doing the ciphers?
I started Dirty5ive first. I started Dirty5ive in 2012, and then started doing events and more community shit like in 2017.
Nice. Wow.
So
Consistency.
that's when it got like, you know, before that it was just making music and shouting out Dirty5ive and stuff like that.
Still a decade in. You said it. You
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
say it on the Miami.
Yeah,
Veteran.
yeah,
You
it's
guys
been a
hear that
decade,
song?
literally.
Yeah, been a decade in. Straight up. Where in Miami exactly? Do you hail like one from one specific place that you spend most of your time? Did you move around? What's that
I
situation?
grew up in Hialeah Gardens,
Nice.
born in Palmetto Hospital.
Hialeah Chicos.
You know
That's
what
what
I'm
this is. THC.
And Hialeah Gardens is small, so it's really like West Hialeah type shit was my stomping grounds.
Nice. Okay.
Miami Lakes.
I had no idea. That's
You know what I mean?
that's
I went
crazy.
to Barbara Goldman, graduated 09.
I had no idea about that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I went to Jose Marti. Shouts to Jose Marti. That school was rowdy as shit.
I hear so
There was
many crazy
fights
things about Jose
every
Marti.
day, dog. Girls
Yeah.
would put the lockers. We had lockers. Kids nowadays don't even know about lockers.
Wow. Yeah.
We had lockers and shit. And girls, since they don't really, you know, they don't punch hard and shit. Bruh, they would put the lockers in their fingers and shit and punch like.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
And we would see like every now and then I'll be walking to
dangerous.
class and see a girl walking by full of blood and shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really crazy. Wow. And Jose Marti.
Jose Marti, there was a fight every single day, whether it was in lunch, before school, or after school, every single day.
Wow.
There was cops at the school that just stationed there, bro. All
And
the
this
time.
is because they went to high school, right? This is not just a middle school. It went all the way to high school, or is it just to 8th grade?
Nah, Jose Marti was 6 to 8.
6 days, so it's just a middle
Yeah.
school. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Haile Chico, awesome, Miami veteran, part of the solo project, but the solo project's not gonna be a follow up to the still.
Nah, so when it comes to Miami
veteran.
veteran, like I said, it just stemmed out of that comment that this guy made. It was a moment,
We're
and
not-
I decided to act on it with music, you know, with bars and shit. I think that's the best way to create. Just when something happens, just go to the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. So music, how
and
do you
then
look at
so
music?
from-
Therapeutic.
Huh?
Music's like therapeutic. That's what you meant by like when you got.
I
Something
mean,
on
yeah,
your
it's
chest.
therapeutic, but I just think you're wasting thoughts just thinking them, and not. If you rap, might as well just
Use it or
spill your
lose it.
thoughts on the mic.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's beautiful, not just with the mental muscle, but like with actual physical muscle. If you don't stay active, if you don't walk, if you don't, lift or do some calisthenics, some type of things, you lose your muscles and you deteriorate.
Mhm.
We're already dying, but you got to keep your body under that pressure to keep it going. And it's the same thing with creativity. It's you got to keep that muscle fresh.
for sure.
And that's really important to acknowledge that, because people just think, oh, I just pick up and go. I got it. It's in me.
Yeah.
Pause. But yeah, dog. So the project's awesome. I'm excited for it, but you don't know if it's gonna be the solo one or the joint project first, because it sounds like the Dirty Pit might.
Nah,
be first, right?
I'm dropping this little mixtape joint
What you're
very
working.
very soon.
Awesome.
Very very
Awesome. Okay.
soon. Yeah. So that Miami veteran joint is a Conway beat. Produced by Cool and Dre or Cool, which is from out
Just
here.
Cool.
I think he's from out here, right?
Yeah, the Cool and Dre are both from out here. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's
legends.
produced. Hey, don't tell him I stole this beat.
Or maybe tell him in here if he likes it.
Yeah.
Well, it's listen.
Huh?
They get theirs off the top.
Yeah. I mean,
So
bro, I'm
It's all good.
getting
It's part of the
30
game.
streams and shit. It's not the point.
it's part of the game for now, but after this podcast comes
You know
out,
what I
you'll
mean?
see.
I mean, if I ever gotta break bread, I'll break bread. You know, it is what it is.
At
It's
the end
on,
of
it's
the
on
day,
some art. It's on some art shit. It's not on some
It's
like
about
grimy
art.
shit.
Exactly. It's a
You know
part.
what I mean?
And guess what? If you get in trouble for the record, that's a good thing. That means that record's making a lot of noise and you're getting the streams that
Right,
you're gonna get
right,
after
right.
this podcast.
Yeah, if you
So,
suck, then they're just like, eh.
you Gucci dog. You're building, and that's the key. And what's raw is you don't just build that; you also build in real life. What's up with the architecture? Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Because, congratulations, just finished school, right?
Nah, I finished school in 2015.
Congratulations, just got a crib, just got a wife.
Yeah, I got a crib in 2020, and yeah, that was the same time I got married. So
So I wanted to
it's been a
touch
few
more on
years.
the architecture stuff. Did you work? That was a hustle. It kind of just came to you with school. Do you have like architecture like dreams? Is there like an ideal like situation? Like, would you like to build like a crib like on a mountain type of thing? Do you have like something like
hell yeah.
a dream like?
I think every architect in Miami dreams to build on a fucking slope landscape because it's so flat here, you know.
It's a dream. It's like you never see it. I didn't see
Yeah.
mountains till I went to Colorado. Like when I was like
Yeah.
midway through my life. I was like 10, 11 years old.
I had a project in Design 7 or some shit like that, or 8, that was in Caracas, Venezuela, on right off of a mountain. So like
Wow.
our site was like sloped and weird and shit, and we had to design on it. It was cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is
So
dope.
that project was super fun.
So
Yeah.
do you have anything we could put like here, like in post for them to check out? Something that like you've like maybe drawn that came to real life, like that we could like maybe have like a pre and like a post. Do you have something like that? That'll be dope for the audience.
Yeah, I could show. Yeah,
We could
maybe.
do something like that. That'll
Yeah,
be fine.
yeah.
Just
I
one.
can
Just
show you.
one
I
that
can
could
show
be
you like a
this is how I do
3D,
it.
like
This
a 3D model, and then like a picture of the actual building when it's done.
Fire, man. That'll
Yeah.
be dope. I'd love to see that.
The location.
What do you mean of the location?
Oh,
Of
oh.
the spot you built it.
Yeah,
No, I mean like I'll show you a 3D model on a computer screen,
of the sketch of the design,
like how we
of the
designed it,
vision,
and then like a
and
picture of
what
the
it
real
came, what it came out
house.
to. That's what I want. I want the audience to see
Yeah,
the
yeah.
before, his vision in his brain, and what came out in real life. And that's so powerful to be able to do that. To be able
Yeah,
to
yeah,
put
it's
something with your
kinda trippy.
creativity. It's so trippy. What do you think about it? You're a Jedi.
I don't know
literally.
too much at the moment. I kind of want to get into construction now because I've been doing this for like almost 8 years, But I kind of want to jump the fence to the construction side because, like, now I know everything about doing the plans, doing the designs, getting it approved,
How to
all the
do it.
codes and all that
I don't
shit.
know how to do it.
The law side of it, like, I know it. But now I want to, like, all right, what's the whole other world of actually building it?
The
You
manpower.
know what I mean?
The
Yeah.
manpower
You
this
know,
side of
I
it.
got a good friend I could put you down with.
Word?
Yeah.
Really good friend with a badass company.
Yeah, I'm trying to do, like, construction management.
Steelworks,
Like project management.
Do you have
'Cause right now I
three-
do architectural project management, basically. That's what I do.
There's a lot of
And all the
commercial
permits.
law shit.
Do you have three like
That's ill.
architecture, like the three go architecture things, like buildings? I guess is the way to put it. Like, you know, like the Burj Khalifa. You know, the building in Europe, the Sagrada Familia. Like
Yeah.
it's being still built for 100,000 years.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. So do you have like any like crazy buildings like that come to mind, or do you think of it like that?
Anything Zaha Hadid.
Well, who's Zaha Hadid?
Oh man, she's like an Arab woman, one of the best
She
architects
hot?
ever.
This is she.
Maybe she might tickle your pickle.
Oh my bad, you're wifed up. I'm
You know?
sorry. Wife,
Nah, I
if you're
mean,
listening,
I
we
can
know
say
you
if
are.
a,
I
if a
didn't mean to
human
put you in that
is good looking
situation,
or
yeah.
not. It's
My
all
bad.
good.
I don't want to get you in trouble. Yeah,
Nah,
that's
you're not
cool.
gonna get me in trouble.
That's
It's all
not
good.
cool. That's wrong that my mind goes there. But I'm just wondering, architecture chick, you know, she's.
Nah. She's
cool.
she actually died
Oh man, R.I.P.
when she was here in Miami. You know the
Wow.
building.
Like Tony Montana.
You know the building on our skyline on Biscayne Boulevard that has it goes like this in the bottom and then it's a tower. It has like
Oh
the-
yeah.
like the-
We're gonna put it here for those
has,
listening.
like,
But
the
yeah, I know
little-
exactly what you're talking about. She died in that building.
No, she died while she was here managing the construction of that building,
Of
which
that
was her
building.
design.
Okay, got it. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's crazy.
Mhm.
R.I.P. to her. Look, she's also a part of Miami.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is pretty crazy, dog.
I also like Frank Gehry.
What's he
He's-
done?
He's done like the Disney Hall in Australia, Sydney.
What
you
do
know that building you always see of Australia, Sydney? That it looks
Oh,
like sails.
yeah. It
That
looks like
building.
a boat. It looks like a sailboat. It's a that's a great.
That building.
That's an arena, right?
he's-
It's a,
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah,
it's an arena.
he's like a master of sheet metal.
Sheet metal. Wow.
Yeah, so that's like he grew up doing sheet metal work and stuff like that, bending that shit and doing whatever, all kinds of projects with that.
Word.
So when he became an architect, that became his
that's
material.
like a genre. That's like a genre of architecture. Like there's different genres of music, like, you know, rock, country, this and that.
I mean, yeah, there's different styles.
the sheet
so-
metal's a type of architecture. Like I
No,
specialize
sheet
in-
metal's a material.
Right, but like people that, so it's a different style when you're building with that in mind.
yeah, like for example,
There-
Tadao Ando is like a Japanese architect, and he just does brute concrete structures. So like he doesn't stucco exteriors or drywall interiors. It's just concrete, like just how they framed it and poured it. That's how it stays.
That is dope.
You know what I
That's
mean?
Really cool.
So like it's like
that's
the material of choice for some people. Like they go really all out with that.
it gets deep like that.
Yeah,
That's-
so with
that's-
Frank Gehry, his choice is always to do trippy buildings with sheet metal shit.
that's
You know what I
he
mean?
challenges
So that-
himself to do that. That's
And
cool,
but
man.
it doesn't. His buildings are actually kind of bad though. They all have leaks and shit because
Oh no.
he's not the best with like how to make it work. He just really wants the idea to come out, and he's like, man, fuck it. If there's leaks, you know, like I don't know. But his buildings have been known to have leaks and shit.
That
yeah.
sucks. Do you believe in, like, do you think Miami's gonna be underwater in a couple of years? Like I think the
Miami's
Keys-
definitely gonna be underwater
Yeah.
eventually.
yeah.
How many years?
I don't know when.
We have a timeline. I think the Keys are gonna.
They said
start,
2050 a long time ago was gonna be already underwater. A lot of parts.
Not Miami. I think the Keys are gonna be the first to be severely affected in the next 20-30. We'll see it.
Well,
in
what's
our
cool
lifetime.
about Miami is, Miami Beach is like an island that we built
It's
up.
gonna be like
so
Venice.
that's fake.
We'll be like Venice. Miami
Beach is
become
gonna
like
go
Venice.
first before anything, but actually like all of the bay of Miami, you know, like before you cross the bridge,
Yeah.
the whole like coastline, that's actually the highest elevation of Miami. So other parts will flood before the actual like side. Like you would think it will flood from the coast, type
Right.
thing,
That's how I
but
look at it.
it doesn't.
So where would it?
It would
flow
actually
first from?
flood from the Miami River. So
wow.
everything around there would flood.
And
yeah.
knowing is half the battle. That's why we have
Yeah.
true
Everything
soldier,
around there.
G.I.
So
Joe
like
soldier
goodbye,
around
Little
there.
Havana, and
Damn, my dog's in Little Havana. They're gonna have to. My dog's in Little Havana.
goodbye to the courthouse,
Yeah. the what?
the bitch ass courthouse where you
Oh,
gotta pay
yeah,
all
that's
your
a good
tickets
thing.
and shit.
Actually,
It's right
yeah.
there by the river.
You see how God works in nature?
Yeah.
Miami veteran from Hialeah Chico. Your family's Hispanic.
My mom is Cuban. My dad is Nicaraguan.
Nice, that is cool. How do you feel about Pinolandia?
What?
How do you feel about Pinolandia?
Which one?
Oh, I love how you specify. A lot of people don't like the 24-hour one quality wise. For me, if you want to get quality,
Which is the 24-hour one? The one by Cayocho, near Cayocho?
No, like on the way to Wynwood. Is that by Yeah, by Cayocho. Yeah. That's that one, right?
That one's pretty fire. That's the OG one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the OG one. But
Yeah.
quality, there's one towards Miami Lakes, right? That's the other one you were referencing.
There's another one that's by my house on 119th Street.
Right. Okay. Yeah. By going. Towards the hood. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That one's pretty fire.
You know what's really badass? Though? The specialty of this, like, put it this way. Fritanga, I mean, Pinolandia is cool. I look at it like McDonald's. The Chick-fil-A, the one that's a step above, the Chipotle, the Five Guys, is Caña Brava. Do you know about Caña Brava?
Nah, I never heard of it.
Oh, my God.
There's a bunch of Nicaraguan restaurants, low-key, that are fire, though.
It's exclusive, and it's the same type of food, everything, even the same price. The only catch is it's not 24 hours, and they're always busy. They're always bang, 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 bang. Pause. But they always have a nice line. But it's crazy. It's just a step up in quality. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Real fat boy talk.
To people who like fritanga, I know if you go to a Nicaraguan restaurant, you're probably thinking, why would I get what I get at the fritanga there? But dog, it's always like a lot better. It's like a higher level of your fritanga experience. So just do it at least once, because I did that shit once just to, like, you know.
It's cool too.
And there used to be one in Miami Lakes right in front of Main Street. There used to be a Nicaraguan restaurant right there.
Wow, throwback.
Yeah, that's where I grew up. Where'd you grow up by?
Hialeah. I moved around from Hialeah.
You never went to Main Street, like, all
I
your
grew up-
dates?
Yeah, what do you mean?
All your dates in high school?
Yeah,
and fucking
I grew up
middle school and shit.
I grew up doing loser laps. From like 6th to 8th grade. I lived across the street from Miami Lakes for a good time in my life in Courtyards. Shout out Courtyards, the apartment complex.
Yo, make another
yo.
brewski, bro. So I can...
Me and this guy used to run away from the cops.
Sorry, guys. I gotta pull up a mic for you because the audience is not gonna hear what you're saying.
It's all good.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
No one cares. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I care. Nah, but anyways,
So
yeah,
fuck
dude, I
this.
grew up in the hood, man. Hialeah Chico, bro. Grew up a little bit in the murder lakes.
Murder Lakes. Wow, never heard that.
Never?
Dog.
Oh man,
I've heard of Murder Gardens.
Oh, well.
That's where it comes from. Murder Lakes. Get out of here, dog.
What do you mean? We did it first. Murder lakes.
Nah,
first.
dog.
Been killing it.
Nah, dog. Miami Lakes is Hialeah con Corbata.
Yeah, it's
Right?
Hialeah con Corbata. Yeah, it's a step up. I always trip out when people say it's different cities. Like, no, it's clearly a town in Hialeah. It's just a different hood of Hialeah. Relax. But
There's
yeah,
even a school called Hialeah Miami Lakes, HML,
facts. I went there
because of how blurred that line is. You know what I mean?
They're like, yeah, let's just
blurred.
just cave in. Let's just cave in and make a new school. That's hilarious. So you have I wanted to ask you this because half of y'all don't believe in God, still say amen. You mentioned God heavily, not just on that record, but in the last project as well. It's a prevalent thing. So you could believe in God?
You know what's crazy? When I look back on my catalog, I do mention God a lot.
A lot.
But I'm not really.
Not religious. I'm asking
not-
you God.
I'm not
Do you think there's
religious.
God? Like you know how
I
people
think-
do you think
so-
there's aliens? Do you think there's
so-
God?
Well, all right. Well, let me just tackle this.
Yeah, just
this
one.
big
just
topics
one.
to tackle. Bro.
Yeah, just
Hold
one.
up.
Just one.
Let's go with the God first.
Yeah, I didn't want because I felt like you thought I was asking more if you believe like in religion. And that's not the case. I think religion divides, God unites. So I just wanted to be clear. Let's start simply. Do you think there is God? There's a power. There's something.
I definitely think there is an all creating energy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That created
Yes.
the universe somehow. There has to be.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because when you focus down to the finest details of things, they have order, they have logic, they have lineage, they have evolution
It
that you
makes
can
too much
trace
sense.
back. Like
It
you can
makes too much
see
sense.
how things, you can scientists map out how things change throughout time and how are affected by the environments and whatnot.
We
You
know
know what I'm saying?
exactly
Like,
when
these
dinosaurs
things-
died. Like people trip out. I trip out when people
Like
say they
who-
don't exist.
like-
we know exactly when they died. We know so much about them.
There's
How are
no
you
way-
gonna deny that? There's no way they didn't exist. At
Though
this
there's
moment.
no way your body can work as perfect as it works every single system without there being some kind of creation.
You know what's crazy?
Some kind of knowledgeable like seed planted into creation. I don't know how to explain it, dog.
No,
It's the
check this out,
God
though.
to me is the unexplainable.
And something
You know what I
created
mean?
is
The intelligent unexplainable.
yeah. There has to be a greater power. Humans though, what's crazy is everything evolved. You know, giraffes didn't always have long necks. That was a survival adaptation that they had to strain their necks. Humans though, we haven't evolved too much.
I wish I could get taller by doing shit like that.
I recently learned that's hilarious. A lot of people
Every
would use
morning
that.
just walk around like this, and then
Yeah.
hopefully after 10 years I grew an inch.
Now some people used to pull them.
Yeah.
Some people like pull themselves from top to bottom.
No,
You
that
never
shit don't
seen that?
work.
Yeah,
You're
no,
just gonna
that's a myth.
dislocate your shoulders and shit.
The truth is, good posture, do leg exercises
Fuck
if you're
up your
still
rotator cuffs.
early 20s and young. And you've seen that. There's a surgery now.
Yeah, the leg
People-
extension things.
Yeah, that's crazy. But the sad part is those guys doing that. There's guys spending all this money to just not be able. They have to go through like 6-7 months of therapy just to learn how to walk again. My idea is that's just learning how to walk. You don't think there's going to be side effects if you start doing exercise, if you start pushing yourself running? You don't think there's going to be long-term wear and tear?
Bro, how
you have
about
to pull
this?
your legs every couple months.
How about this? Just love yourself.
Love yourself, man. Love yourself, dude.
How
Straight
about that?
up.
Just be healthy. Live
With what you got.
in a way where you feel like you can be an example to people, and love yourself, bro. That's it.
Facts.
Fuck everything else. Why you trying to be taller, bro? Love yourself.
Not everybody's supposed to be tall.
Yo, women are not gonna love you because you're tall. They might initially be like, "Oh my god, he's tall, he's so hot," and then you know what I
That was
mean?
a funny voice. That was
And
like a
then
highly a chica voice.
Yeah. Oh my god, guy.
For sure, he's from Hialeah.
Oh my god, guy.
Oh, but so hey, I do want to
That's
ask
how
you
you knew she was like the neighborhood hoe, like legit. Guy.
guy.
Oh my god, the one that goes guy. Like if
just
she held it
slang.
a little too long, you already knew. Oh,
I feel like that's
You're
just
from
bad
Lago
word
Grande,
economy
aren't you?
too. I don't know. I've met some girls that weren't necessarily thotties like that, but it's just bad word economy. People are young, they're
Yeah.
jits, they just don't know a lot of words. They don't know. They just guy.
Those were the
guy.
ones that were.
Bro,
that
I
were
fall into those traps. I say chico, I say dog, I say a lot of crazy things.
I say, dog.
So you also say y'all gonna hear my battle cry till I'm suit and tie. Do you mean that? Do you know what you want? What do you want to happen to your body when you pass away? Do you want to be buried? Specifically in a suit and tie?
What track was that from? That was from a completely different track.
Different track, not that track. It's another one. He says,
Suit and
I
Tie.
think that's damn. It's from the You Don't Know Jack. It's from the last record, the last project you dropped.
Makes move.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Right.
It's like on
it
some
might be.
jazzy beats and shit.
Yeah, kind of.
Boom
Well,
bappy.
a lot of the beats you used on that project have that sample. It has a kind of that direction where it's kind of not necessarily jazzy, but like that vibe, that
Mhm.
little jazzy.
That like grungy, boom bap kind of stuff.
Not, yeah, it had some of that, but the sample. What I'm more referencing
Yeah.
is the sample, the type of sample in the song that there was used. But you had a bar like that. I'm gonna put it here. We'll cut to it. But yeah. So the question's more is what do you want to happen? Like, do you have an idea on that? A thought process on how you want your body? Like, I've recently in the last couple of years I've realized I don't think I want to be buried because a lot of my life I've had loved ones like, oh man, I haven't seen so and so, I haven't gone to so and so's grave. And I think that's just a tough stipulated situation to put your loved one in. And I think it's just more powerful to be cremated and just, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Just put myself back into the earth so more things could be created.
Bro,
That's how I personally feel.
I would love to, you know how in How High they cremated dude and put him in the pot and shit, and
Oh,
then
that'd be
they
beautiful.
grew the weed plant and
Kinda
smoked
weird.
his ass.
Is it cannibalism if you're smoking the ops? That's hilarious. But that's not what they're really doing. But is that like a form of cannibalism?
Nah, that's a form of cannabinoidalism.
Cannabinoidalism. That
Yeah.
is crazy. We just invented something. But my thought process too with that cremation.
But that'd
thing,
be dope. I mean, fucking smoke me, turn me to a
so
tree,
you don't
some
want to be
shit.
buried
Pause.
for real? You really don't want to be buried?
Huh?
You really don't want to be
Um,
buried? Hold on, my mom's calling, and I'm not just gonna do this. Hey, this is gonna be great for content too. Mom, I'm on a podcast right now. Can
Put it
I
on
call you?
speaker.
I really, yeah. Let me put you on speaker. Genius. No, it's okay. Hey, mom. Hello. Hey. It's okay. You're on the pod with me. This is your first time on the podcast. Say hello.
Oh my god, hello.
Is everything okay?
Yes, I was just calling you to see I was making food and I didn't know.
Oh my god.
I would love some food. Thank you so much for thinking of me and being the amazing mother you are. I'm here. I'll be here for a few hours though, so I'll probably be home maybe 2-3 hours. So save me a plate if you can, and maybe Dad a plate too. He might be hungry as well.
Bye.
All right, love you. Bye. Thank you.
Love you so much.
Yo, being a
do
mom
it.
is
Had to do it.
worrying about if your kid ate. Like that's like
Your 29-year-old
98%
son.
of your mom's worries are if you ate. Did you eat today?
Blessed, man. Blessed.
¿Tú
Blessed.
comiste? Oh, ¿qué tú haces? Oh, qué bueno. ¿Ya comiste? Like, how is that the first question if I ate? Like, really?
Blessed. She's just checking in. It's not even, hey, how are you? It's just, hey.
But, like, why is the first question if I've eaten?
Yeah. Oh, well. Hey.
You know, no, for real. Like,
She's looking out, dog.
but it's like, where are we? You know what I mean? Like, I ain't surviving. Like, I'm not trying to hunt. I'm not out here hunting deer and shit for my livelihood.
How do you know what I do? Maybe I am.
Well, I mean, you look
Put
like
a picture of me in a hunting outfit right now.
you look like the guy that eats beef and shit. The guy that started
Oh,
the beef
man.
diet. He's like, "Yeah, eat fucking beef.
I
you
look like the
fucking
guy that
loser."
eats beef.
What's his?
Pause.
No, yeah, pause. No, you know who I'm talking about, right? That guy. He
Oh,
like went
the,
viral for a bit. The
Something King. Liver King. Liver King, yeah, something King. Danny's his real name. His real name's Danny.
he got exposed or some shit, right? It was
He
all
exposed
fake.
himself. He went on flagrant and he started crying and said, "I'm fake. This is all roids." I can't
No, he
believe myself."
didn't.
On flagrant.
It was
yeah.
all roids.
Yeah, yeah. Of course
Wow.
it's roids. Of course it's roids. You can't get that natural plump, and your veins pop out when you're doing exercise. But when you're just walking, talking, like your veins shouldn't be pulsating the way people look like that. It's madness, and it's not even good quality roids. Cause I think wrestlers, like WWE wrestlers, they use roids too, but it's not so crazy like you see the roids like that.
Who's your favorite WWE, WWF?
Great question.
guy
I have a
ever?
top three. I love wrestling. I used to write.
No, don't tell me top
fantasy.
three. Tell me your.
Rock's one. Rock's one.
The
But
Rock is number one for you.
Yeah, because I related to him a lot, and he
Yeah.
made me love the sport. But the truth is, I think Triple H is the most successful. Like he's the Jay-Z.
Well,
like
yeah,
Biggie
he's the
to me is
owner
the most
now.
successful.
He's
Big-
like the main dude now. That's
he's the
just
boss,
amazing.
but he has the
Yeah.
best story because he went out with the boss's daughter, and he became the boss. That's
Oh,
literally
that's how that
happened.
happened.
Yeah, they wrote a storyline with Stephanie McMahon, and you know,
that motherfucker hit him with the 17th century's.
dog. They used to get away with
the,
such crazy.
gonna
things.
marry the youngest daughter and get into the family
He
lineage.
intoxicated her. That's the storyline. He intoxicated her and like yeah,
No.
yeah, it's really messed up the stuff they
Oh,
used to get away
fuck
with.
Triple H.
No, it's not real life. It's his real name's not even Triple H.
Oh, it's not real.
No, his real name's Paul Levisky.
Wow, this sounds more
Triple
like
H-
this sounds more like Preparation H.
Yeah, Triple H was his first character. He came out like as a rich aristocrat character. That was his first gimmick, and the name was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and he wasn't even Triple H. And then eventually he just became a gangster. And
Yo, you
Yeah.
know who was dope? Edge,
I love Edge, one of the Ross villains.
Hardy
of all time.
Brothers,
Yeah,
the best fucking
Cena's
tag
my dog.
team
I love
ever.
Cena. I love Cena.
Nah,
One of the
Cena's
best wrestling moments of all time. Yeah, you hate on Cena as an
I
artist, as a
stopped
rapper.
watching. I stopped watching once it became WWE. I kind of stopped watching.
I feel you. I feel
For
you.
me, it was like WWF.
I appreciated both, and I got
I mean,
back into
the Rock.
it a lot.
The Rock is definitely. He might be my top. Also, you know what I mean. The Rock is just the best. Fucking jabronis, like all
Quality-wise.
that shit was just too
Yeah.
much. It's too
Shawn
much.
Michaels
amazing.
is one of my favorites too. Like he's top three, I think.
Yeah,
It's
the
Rock, Triple
Undertaker.
H, Shawn Michaels.
The
I
Undertaker.
think Cena's after Cena's before Shawn Michaels. It's Rock, Triple H, John Cena.
You remember
Shawn
Rafiki?
Yeah, Rafiki. They're all related. Rafiki, Rock.
Was it Rafiki or is that the guy
Rikishi
from
is the name.
Rikishi.
is
Rafiki's from Lion Kingdom.
yeah,
low-key.
Rafiki's. Yeah, that's funny. We're gonna have them both right there. Rafiki. And
They're the same color, I think. They're both like the same. They're like the same brown.
oh shit! Whoa.
But Rikishi was like mad, like ugly tanned.
Rikishi was putting people's asses. His asses.
Yo, that would
not
never
putting
be
people's asses.
allowed in today's world, dog. That
Hilarious.
is sexual
Harassment.
harassment for
Of
sure.
multiple ways. WWE got away with so much crazy.
And it's
shit.
just not hygienic. Like, you know, half those guys got pink eye after that.
Rowdy. I didn't even
For
think
sure,
of that.
dog.
Oh my
Sweaty ass
God.
sumo ass, bro.
That
Like, for
is
real.
Crazy. dog.
Yo, you can't pay me no money for sweaty sumo ass to the face, dog. Motorboating sumo ass, that's wild.
That's wild. Yeah, that's crazy. Dog, so be right back.
Yo.
Speaking of be right back, you mentioned it earlier. You said the thing about getting good grades, and it's funny. I thought you recently graduated. You're like, I graduated 10 years ago. Almost. Nah.
Yeah, almost 10. It's crazy.
Why did getting good grades have you feeling degraded? I related to that so much, and I love for you to elaborate because I feel like there's an artist that's
Yeah,
that's
a lot
real
of
shit.
a lot of people have pointed that line out.
Really? Damn.
I mean, because it's a cool bar, but it's also like comes from a real place, so it's like immediately like, oh shit, that's cool, you know. But I didn't really mean that I was degraded by going to school. What I meant was more so like what I really wanted to be doing was making music, so it felt like time wasted, you know what I mean? And it just sucked to have to like put it to the side and focus on something else.
At the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Does it feel that way now?
Nah, cause like I mean that's what stabilized. That's what stabilized my life, which was always the plan to have like, you know, plan A is become an architect or work in an architecture firm, be stable, get your crib, get married, do this, then come back to the music shit. You know what I mean? So like that's why like when I was like, oh, it's my third run, I feel like the Carter or whatever. It's like alluding to that, you know,
Dope.
where it's just like, all right, now I'm ready for like another run. Like I really want to put a lot of effort to it, you know, work hard, and you know, hopefully pave a lane for myself out here.
It's part of life. We're not one dimensional though. As human beings, like if you're a rapper, you're not just a rapper.
Yeah,
you're
I don't think I'm late. I don't think I'm late.
You're a husband.
I don't think I'm late to the party or anything like that.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, it's not. Nobody's in a race. No,
exactly.
It's not about a race. Everybody wins when they win. Roy Kroc, I don't know if you know what that is. That's the guy who's the founder of McDonald's. The real McDonald's was the McDonald's brothers. It was just some, you know, mom and pop company. This guy was a failed businessman. He was 52 years old when he stumbled across the McDonald's brothers, and he said, "Oh, look at these guys. These guys are making great quality shakes and burgers. Oh, they don't know anything about business." And bam, he's franchised 7 spots off the Ripper, and he took off. I think Michael Keaton played him in the movie. Yeah, off the Ripper, man. Off the Rip. Shout out to his song. You gotta go check that out.
Hey, that song's fire. I like that song. I like that song. You know how I don't know if y'all be on hip hop Twitter and shit like that, but they always say, "Yo, you know, a song's gonna be fire when they put the baby picture on it, or like the little kid
the
picture.
Album, you know, it's gonna be a crazy
like
album,
Illmatic,
the baby picture.
You know,
Yeah.
Michael just
Facts.
won Grammy and shit. That shit
You got
the
a record
baby
with
picture.
your baby picture yet?
Off rip.
It is.
It's not a baby picture, but I was in elementary school.
That's true.
Yeah, I got like you can see the logo on my shirt from elementary school and shit. Hialeah Gardens Elementary.
Right there. I got the Chico Good Boy record. It's me and my dad, my grandpa's knee right next to me. That's a cool one too.
That's so fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was cool. One of my boys from back then sent me a picture one day. He sent me that picture, and then I was like, "Yo, what the fuck? I don't even remember what I like." That was a lost memory, you know.
That's
and
cool.
then
It brought you back.
Yeah, because we used to ride the bus together and shit. And I guess one day he had a camera and took that picture.
Nah, for real? That's where that picture is from? That's
it was
crazy.
a literal physical picture that he just took a picture with his phone of it or whatever. But and then I just cropped it a little bit, and that's what I used.
You want to shout him out?
Oh, Mike.
Shout out Mike.
Yeah, shout out Mike.
This is cool.
We don't talk no more, but it's all
this will
good.
be a great opportunity to start talking again if you'd like to open that door. But hey,
nah,
you know, seasons come and go. That's part of lives. Chapters close. That's beauty to acknowledge that, and I love the self-awareness that you know when to leave. Like we were talking about earlier, we're freestyling.
Hey man, one of the strongest things, you know, people always talk about saying yes to things, but one of the strongest things you can do is say no. Knowing when to say no is a big thing, you know. Knowing when to cut somebody off, or knowing when you're no longer a part of a certain, you know what I'm saying? You can't be afraid of change, dog. Like you might feel attachment to things and feel like, oh, I might be doing this person wrong because I feel like this and I don't want to chill with them no more. Nah, bro, just do you, dog. It's, you know, it's life, bro. You gotta follow where you're going, dog, and you gotta just know when to move on from things, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I recently heard Chappelle told to another comedian, you can never make an entrance if you never know how to exit. You know, you can never make an entrance if you never know how to exit. And it's so true, because it's like if you're constantly in people's faces, it reminds me of, like, for example, Drake. You know, arguably like the LeBron of the music thing, but the truth is he's not dropping all the time. Now he is now because he's, Drake? I think, less relevant. But before, when he's like in his prime, Buddy barely drops. And whenever he drops a cryptic post, everybody goes crazy. He dropped out of nowhere.
Back then,
that's power.
When he first came out, it was a different game, bro, different climate. You didn't have to drop constantly like
once
now.
It's acclimated, I feel like once you build it, but once the interest is there, that's a little bit of a tool. For an example, with business, a very a very savvy tactic is being sold out. Like when a new product comes out, a new shirt, and it sells out off the rip, it makes you want it more. It's like, wow, everybody got it before me. Like it kind of creates an interest, and I feel like that's kind of the same aspect with not constantly dropping as an artist. Like you need to breathe. You need people to want, hey, I want some more. I want some more. Because if you're constantly in the face, and doesn't mean stop creating. The whole point is, let the audience digest what you have going on, especially nowadays with there's so much music constantly coming out left and right. Not just music content, there's all kinds of content, whether it be podcasts, movies,
You know what
series.
it is? There's always some different pressure for artists with new
Right.
technology or getting with the times or whatever it is. You know what I mean? I just think at the end of the day, dog, you should just create art because you love it and you're gonna be in a safe space every time. Obviously think about how to market certain records when they work. Like nowadays, just pay attention to your analytics type shit. You know what I'm saying? And make smart moves when it comes to the business side. But when it comes to the art side, just keep creating and doing shit you love, dog. Worry about the marketing later, or have somebody else to worry about it for you.
I wanted to
Type
ask
shit.
you. I wanted to ask you why you make music, but it sounds like you just answered it. So it's for you. It's for the love, right? Why do you make music? If you have to put it into a bold
Bro,
statement.
I love
a
hip
broad
hop.
statement.
You know what I mean? I love hip hop, and I love putting words together. It's amazing to me just to sit down and try to like rhyme over beats. You know what I mean? It's just dope to me, and I just keep doing it. You know what I mean? I don't know how. That's a tough question to answer because it's weird. Like I don't know why. I don't really know why. Why do I rap?
Well,
It's similar to architecture.
Is it similar to architecture? In what sense?
Building the verse, building the rhymes.
Building a verse and designing a building versus building a verse.
Or a whole project, a song, a drum, artwork.
So I like to think of it like this. With a record, sometimes you have a bridge, a chorus. How do you look at a record? Do you look at it like that, or sometimes it just kind of becomes natural and it's organic? It just goes.
I like hooks a lot. I
Okay.
think hooks are very important, and I would consider myself a really good hook writer.
What's important to designing a house? What's the example? What's the parallel to that? What would you say when you look at a house? What's the hook of architecture? You think?
I think the feeling of it. You know what I mean?
The type of house you want to build, the feeling.
Yeah,
describe the
for me,
feeling of a house.
architecture is about feeling.
Yeah, and I
it's
say
about
house,
designing
but it's
space,
more,
right?
yeah,
You're
it's the
designing space. So
That's what architecture is, designing space.
you want what's my feeling in my room? What's in my master room when I wake up? What's my feeling in my bathroom when I get up in the morning, go brush my teeth? What's the feeling when I go to the kitchen and make
Wow.
my breakfast? What's
Wow.
my view like? You know what I mean? Where's the light coming from?
I love that.
What's being illuminated? Where's, you know what I mean?
This
Shit like that. What's the
conversation-
path from my room to the
and just
spaces that I love visiting?
just to
You know what I mean?
kind of not necessarily blow your mind, but just so you can laugh a little bit. My mind is like I'm so like out of this realm of thinking. I'm just thinking architecture just outside the actual shapes of the houses, the way the house aligns with the nature around it, the landscape that it's built on. But I love how you just immediately went into it's the inside.
Well, it's
the
more about the
interior.
interior. Yeah.
Wow.
The outside, if you design properly, the outside should be a direct function of what's happening on the inside.
Wow.
But a lot of times, like especially in Hialeah, like the shit built in Hialeah is cookie cutter houses to make money.
They all replace. It's all
Yeah,
the
these
same
are
thing
realtors building
over and
homes.
over.
It's not
Yeah.
architects. These are realtors just trying to make money. So those shits are designed to look a certain way on the outside.
There's no love in the
And then
art.
fuck the inside. It's a tres cuartos, 3 rooms or 2 bedrooms, fucking little backyard of, that's it.
That's great.
It's not like when you're really talking about design, you want to design your way of life. You know what I mean? You want to design, and even crazier because you could design to a specific client's way of life. But even crazier is thinking,
Ahead of the game.
this house is gonna last longer than this one family. They're eventually gonna sell it. So then you think about how this
Universal
house can
stuff.
transform even.
Wow.
Oh, what if in the future they close down this wall and this bathroom becomes part of this room and this becomes a room
Give them the
instead,
opportunity
and then
to do
this
that.
can grow into here.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying, shit like that.
The
So,
flexibility you want to set up
Yeah.
a house with that flexibility. That's awesome, man.
but with rhymes, it's more like photography, I would say, because it's more like set in time. It's like a description of a certain time. It's like a moving picture. It's like
Wow.
a sound picture. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Like an audio picture.
Rhythms and patterns, rap, accurate.
Yeah.
So dog, let's talk about projects then. You have a top 3. Like, let's say an alien comes down again, the same alien from earlier that we mentioned. That alien comes down, doesn't have no context.
What does the alien look like?
How
Is
do you
it
want him to
green
look?
with the big eyes like
How
the
do you want him to
Y2K?
look?
Because that's how I want him to look. Like.
That's exactly what he looks like.
All right, for sure.
We're gonna have a picture of that exact character right there. So that guy comes
Or
down.
if he's not green, he's like that silver color. You
There's
know,
two of
back
them.
Y2K was all about
So
silver.
like the Silver
and
Surfer.
shit.
You know what the Silver Surfer is?
I
Like
don't-
him.
Is that gay? Because Silver Surfer's usually like some gay shit. No?
That's a superhero. The Silver
That's not Silver
I don't know.
Surfer?
We had this conversation earlier. The Silver Surfer never had a girlfriend. He technically could be gay. Nobody knows.
I
Yeah.
forgot what they call it. It was something Surfer.
Silver
whatever.
Surfer's a character. It's a silver character. But anyways,
He doesn't even have genitals, it looks like, right?
yeah, he doesn't. He looks like an action figure. You know how toys don't have genitals or nothing? He looks like that. He's just all silver, and everybody's mad because they're
All right,
trying
so
to
what
make it a
about the
girl.
Silver Surfer?
So imagine the Silver Surfer and the green alien. You like both of them come down. They want to listen to hip hop, but they've never heard it before.
All of this just to set up the story.
Yeah. So this is the big 3. We end every episode with kind of this before we do like the plugs and everything.
Yo.
This is the big 3 where we do a quick draft. You pick one album, I pick one album. Whatever you pick, I can't pick. You know, like a draft. And you just got to give these alien 3 albums, 3 hip hop albums, just hip hop. Let's stick with the genre of hip hop for them to just really love the art of hip hop. And you know, what are the 3 albums you're recommending to them? Not to be the best of all time. Your personal recommendations for these aliens to really like hip hop. Could be new, could be old, whatever
3
you like.
hip-hop albums.
Let's
for
keep it hip hop though.
aliens.
What's your number 1 draft pick?
3 hip-hop albums for aliens.
Yeah. No, these guys have no context of music. These guys are like, well, I don't know what music is. What the hell's music? And you're like, oh,
Me
hip-hop.
Against the World, Tupac.
Me Against the World, Tupac. Wow, my dog. I think one of the only ballerina hip hop artists.
Forest Hills Drive, J. Cole.
Okay, I kind of messed up. I was supposed to say my first pick, and then you hit 2. So I'm gonna hit 2, and then you hit the last pick, and then, all right. So you got Tupac, Me Against the World, right?
Yeah,
And your second pick was Forest Hills Drive, J. Cole,
yeah.
raw album. My first one, you gotta say Ready to Die. Number 2, just to give it 2, I'll give him some new. I'm gonna give him Take Care by Drizzy. I think Take Care is a really solid hip hop masterpiece.
That's my favorite album. I was gonna ask you before when we were talking about him. That's my favorite album from Jersey for sure.
And that's why it's a draft. Now I took that off the table, and you can't tell the aliens that. What's your third pick? Round it off. What's your last pick for the draft to tell the aliens to bump? They got Pac.
Marshall Mathers LP.
Oof, gotta give him some M. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. Gotta give him some M.
Hell yeah.
Gotta give him some M.
That,
Hell yeah.
I think that shit has Kim in it, right? That one has Kim in it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the Marshall
bro.
Mathers LP has.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit. They gotta hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got Stan.
Yeah, Stan,
No,
man.
they
that's
gotta hear all
that's
that.
legendary. That is legend. Yeah, and get rich or die trying 50. That you gotta. I gotta.
Oh,
that's-
yeah,
that's my
of course.
favorite. Yeah. So
100%.
and then last thing, you know, of course, where can everybody follow you? We're
90
gonna have it here anyways, but anything you want-
91 JAKX. 91 JAKX. And also Dirty5ive. Dirty5, all spelled out. And instead of a F.
I'm gonna have it
number
right there.
five.
You don't even gotta do it from. I'm gonna have it in text. But just
Alright.
any other projects you want everybody to follow? Any other pages? Cause I know you had the MIA shooters. I know the pandemic
MIA
slowed it down,
shooters.
but you might bring that back, right?
Yeah, no, it's
I'd
still
love to
popping. It's
go to
still
that.
popping. I just haven't done anything recently, but
Follow that too.
That community's strong. MIA Shooters, and SoFlo Muses, which is like the sister page.
Nice.
Focused on models.
Focus on the talent that's in the okay.
Yep.
Awesome. So everybody follow those. I'm gonna have them up here.
Cypher every Tuesday.
And the ciphers and the
Second at
ciphers.
Cypher every Tuesday. We on tour right now. Tap in with us. I think the next spot is Dolphin Mall.
If you have an idea for somewhere you'd like a cipher to go, if you think you got bars,
Oh yeah,
you
we
think
pop up anywhere too, for sure.
y'all drop it there. We're gonna wrap it up here. One last thing I just want to end a message you want to give to the world. All right, just a message, quick message. Could be short, could be simple, anything. Go ahead.
Oh, last message for me.
Yeah, just a message that
Yo,
you'd like to give out to the world. Just
Love
something.
yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Do things you love. Love yourself. Love the people around you. Be good. Be great. Let's go.
It's the Heir Cast, y'all. Thanks for listening. Peace.